Welcome back to Savage Showdowns. This week we will again be returning to the battle arena. This week we will have a Baryonyx facing against the largest living member of the deer family, the moose. But first, if you like this content, please give it a like and consider subscribing. It's free and it really helps the channel out. First up, let's look at the moose. Size. A large bull moose will stand up to 7 feet tall and weigh up to 1,600 pounds. This varies a little region by region, but these are the numbers for the largest. Strength. Moose have large, powerful antlers and necks, mostly used during the rut or breeding season to fight with and push around other large moose. They also have powerful legs that can kill a wolf in a single well-placed kick. Interestingly, during the rut, their neck muscles will double in size, preparing them to wield them. Speed. Moose can run up to 35 miles per hour and are also excellent swimmers, being able to outswim many and all of their natural predators. Stealth. Despite their size, moose can be quite stealthy, their brown coloration allowing them to blend into the forest. This, combined with the fact they often walk slowly, unless running, and are solitary, can make them difficult to find or spot. Weapons and armor. For armor, moose have their size as well as hide and fur that help to limit the effects of bites from wolves, as they have almost no other natural predators besides large groups of wolves. Their weapons consist of their size, sharp and durable hooves, and their antlers, for bull or male moose at least, all of which arm them against attacks from the rare predator or in fights against other moose. So how does the Baryonyx stack up? Size. Baryonyx grew up to 33 feet long and stood 8 feet tall at the hip and weighed an impressive 4,000 pounds, according to current estimates. Strength. Baryonyx is believed to have had a bite force of 3,416 newtons, which equates to roughly 767 pounds of pressure. It also had powerful legs and forelimbs that it used in fighting. PSI was unable to be found for this animal. Speed. There isn't an exact speed estimate for Baryonyx that I could find, but given its perceived semi-aquatic lifestyle, it was likely a reasonably fast runner as a bipedal theropod, and a very good swimmer. For this fight, we will assume it is slower than the moose on land, but faster in water. Stealth. As a predator, Baryonyx was likely reasonably stealthy. However, as its diet is believed to consist primarily of fish, its stealth on land may have been more limited. Weapons and armor. Armor, for the Baryonyx, was likely a semi-robust skeleton coupled with an overall large build. In addition, as an avid swimmer and a dinosaur, it likely had some form of scalation to streamline its body and provide protection. In terms of weapons, it had raw size, conical-shaped teeth designed for catching and gripping slippery prey, such as fish, and applying large pressure to the same end. It also had large claws on its forelimbs for hunting fish and fighting, including a hooked claw on its thumb. So those are our competitors. But who wins? Let's find out. Our arena will be a forest along a deep river channel similar to modern Alaskan islands. We will assume both creatures can survive comfortably here. Our moose is grazing on some reeds on the edge of a deep river channel, the green vegetation providing nutrients to its large size. In the water nearby, the Baryonyx swims, grabbing the occasional fish as it swims by. It then notices the moose near the water and begins to swim closer. Once it is in range, the Baryonyx uses its large tail to propel itself towards the moose. The moose, however, notices its attacker, who is nearly double its size, and manages to avoid the lunge. The Baryonyx now squares up with the large bull moose, who, by chance, happens to be in rut and therefore has very large neck muscles and antlers at the largest and sharpest they will be throughout the year. The Baryonyx runs at the moose, who swings his antlers and manages to slightly cut the predator with the tips, causing the dinosaur to back off. The much faster moose runs at the Baryonyx, whose bipedal build, however, is agile enough to allow it to slip out of the way. The Baryonyx again attacks the moose, getting a bite into its flank and clawing at the side a little, before suffering a powerful kick that cracks several of its ribs and dislodges the predator, who is better designed to hunt fish. The moose turns towards its injurer and stamps its hooves and shakes its head in a territorial and threatening display. The Baryonyx roars in a mix of pain and aggression. The moose is slightly unnerved, not being used to predators so much larger than itself, and is even more surprised when the dinosaur charges, using its forearms and claws to wrestle with the moose's head and scratch at its face and neck. The moose's neck muscles, however, are strong enough to dislodge and toss the predator away, cutting into it once again with the tips of its antlers. The moose is now bleeding from several places and facing a predator much larger than itself. It ends up fleeing towards the water, a defense strategy against natural predators, which are poorer swimmers than itself, and is often successful. The Baryonyx pursues the moose, who is gaining ground until they are both in the water, at which point the Spinosaurid rapidly gains ground, or more accurately, gains water. The Baryonyx swims up alongside the moose and bites into its neck and claws at its side. The moose, while a powerful swimmer, is not adapted to fighting in the water, and the Baryonyx, by contrast, is built for it. The moose begins to lose blood, and the large predator attempts to drag it underwater. The moose is growing weaker by the second. Blood loss is sapping away its strength. Eventually, it is no longer able to resist and begins to sink. Baryonyx continues to claw into the large deer while holding on with its teeth. Eventually, the moose dies, though whether it is from blood loss or drowning is unclear. Baryonyx wins its size, providing a key edge in the fight. However, the moose fleeing to the water, a good strategy for its natural predators, was the final nail in its proverbial coffin, playing right into the dinosaur's claws, as the Baryonyx was far better adapted to the water than the moose's natural predators, and even the moose itself. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Feel free to suggest any future fights you'd like to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next Savage Showdown.